Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Watch it now, Barney. Set. Boom,
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Over. Now let's go.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Now, check. Patriot. All right, here we go. Green 39.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Over. Hot.
On 3rd down. That's Marshall. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. First carry for Dalvin Cook. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Gone!
On 2nd down, Cook. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Green 39! Green 39!
He'll look to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. And the Raiders have jumped down to an early lead over the Chiefs. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Flushed out right. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook, and he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll drop to throw. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. The gun, Brissett. It's caught on the right side of Smith. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, standing just about on his own goal line. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Ohio! Ohio! Here we go! What? None! What? None!
Off the play fake, here's Brissett. This is caught, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Handoff comes to Cook. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
But he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. Someone moved, flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
Now the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it a second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Now a first carry for their fullback. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Look to throw here. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Brissett on 1st down. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Brissett. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Brissett now on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Brissett now a perfect 5 of 5 since taking over. They haven't missed a beat. 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. 2 yards on the 1st down carry and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. On 3rd down, Brissett got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the 1st, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Let's go!
play fake here on first down. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 more yards there and another first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. To play in a tightly contested first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory. On 3rd down, that's Marshall. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Lutz's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3. Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And the Panthers coming out now and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
To throw is Brissett. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And Lutz puts this one through. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, Lutz now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Back to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of 32 that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing, but with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check.
They'll set up a throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Mike 27.
Back to throw now on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Detroit! Detroit!
43's the mic. 43's the
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Lane. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Detroit! Detroit!
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's get it.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run with Cook. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got it for the Panther touchdown. In for the score. And the Panthers have tied this game up. They can take the lead with the extra point. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. Going for his line back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Carolina getting set to take the field. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Caught here by Conley. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lane. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards on the play. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. It was Anthony Averett who got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On play action, they'll throw out to his left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
The Panthers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 14 yards there and a 1st down. Back to the ground, Cook. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another 1st down.
The timing and the faking on that play was so good, you almost think you're at a magical act, right? The magician has shown you something, and then you realize it's not really there. He's created an illusion, and the illusion was they were going to throw the football. Looked like a pass play. Instead, it turned into a draw. Offensive lineman able to get out in front. They drew the defensive line upfield and beat them at their own game, and that's why they picked up big yardage into the secondary.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll drop to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. On 3rd down, that's Green. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Come on, let's go! Try at 38! Try at 38!
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Out of the gun, Brissett. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, and it's 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, Oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Flex round! Flex round!
From the gun, here's Brissett. Being chased out left. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Panthers have recovered. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved, and that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They start the drive with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
He sets to fire deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play there for the Panthers. 48 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over. And
he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side. You know, he gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field, and they find each other for the completion.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going.
Under pressure, they got him again.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Second down, Brissett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
It's third and long for Brissett. Trying to lay one up deep. They've got his man complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Saints in the hurry up here. Clock continuing to roll. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. The Saints on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. It's a quarterback sneak, and he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. 1st down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute.
We all knew the situation. We're in the 4th quarter. Who's going to step up and make the big play? Well, we just saw it, didn't we? Took their shot, downfield, got it, and now they're in a great position to take the lead.
And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
Watch him now, Barney.
He'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. He's got him in. Complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. They'll look to throw here. Flush to, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So here's Cairo Santos on the field goal try. The clock showing just 1 tick. This for the win. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Marshall now, the return. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7.
Here we go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
Now a first throw here in overtime. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, fourth down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
That part 1 is done, now part 2.
Leopard! Now let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? But where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards.
Oh, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. There to stop him was Carlton Davis.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mike 3.
2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. Now they'll run it on the toss. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
The Saints on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for New Orleans, The win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.